Well, well, well. How's it going, guys? Good to see us. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm just kind of going through the chat here and seeing a few of you. Tia Dotton, I hope that's how you say it, or Tia Dayton Valley Railroad and Coal Company. I know you're new with me and I'm new with you, so thanks so much, man, for coming on. It's good to see you. Sparky, good to see you again, sir. As you guys know, I got to meet Sparky in person on the weekend, and it was totally awesome. I hope you guys liked that video. Leisure Line Railroad, how's it going? And there's Wilmer. Good to see you, Wilmer. I'm glad you're here, and you'll see why in a little bit. I've got a big show tonight, guys. I've got a lot prepared for you, so I hope everything goes well. Who else do we got on here? Jeff, how's it going? I haven't seen you on here in a while. Canadian Railroader, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you on here. Canadian Railroader, I'm gonna do a shout out for him soon because he's gonna be modeling Perry Sound, he was saying, which is on the other side, well, a little bit north from Owen Sound, but on the other side of Georgian Bay from where I am from. And man, what a shot. You guys saw that on my one show. Some of the pictures of what it looked like, they're really cool. Nathan, good to see you, and I'm really glad Nathan is in here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first, guys, I'm gonna get rid of, because you guys know the old subscribe, like, Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. So we'll get rid of that. And you know what? Let's go right into the chat room. So what I was going to say, Nathan, I'm so glad you're on here, because after my last show, I felt so bad. I felt so guilty because what happened, I was saying on that show that I'm going to try to be better with the chat, because I've got everything going on, but I'm trying to be better. And Nathan asked me over and over and over again, and I saw it on the replay, asking about the lantern, and I felt so bad because Sparky later on put like an @Creative Rails, and you know, Ben, what's up with the light, where's it from? But it was actually Nathan that asked me about 3 times, and I honestly, Nathan, I didn't see you. You know what? You know, you're one of my faves, so I just wanted to apologize for that. So I'll say again, that was a gift from my father when I was young. It hung over my first railroad. I think I got it. He got it for me when I was around 12, 13 years old. And that's something that's really cool. What I was saying on that, antiques episode that I did, these are still around the same price. Well, up here they are anyways. You can find them online. They're around 250 bucks. You can get one of these for 250 bucks. That's a pretty good deal, and you can still find them for that. So we got Digger in here. Good to see you. The Carver. Man, you got a really cool channel. It's really nice to see you on here. Thanks so much for coming in. Gray2057, good to see you. I think I got you all on here. I hope I didn't miss anybody. So, what I'm gonna do is, let's just jump out of here. I wanted to show, I got a lot of stuff going on tonight, and I didn't really write anything down because I had a lot of technical difficulties before the show, like right before the show. I'll show you guys later what was happening. But anyways, first thing, I want to talk about a friend of mine named Kevin Simak. Kevin's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a few years now, and he told me he was interested in model railroad, and I don't know how it came up, the whole train thing. I think, you know, obviously I love trains, but he brought it up with me, and I knew he liked them, but like, I don't think I quite understood that he was as serious as I am, or as serious as you guys are. So what happened was, I saw him, I think it was last weekend, the weekend before, and he's like, Ben, I have a gift for you. If you could come on over to my place, I want to give you something. And I'm like, really? Yeah, I want you to see. So what he did, he went out and he picked me up this boxcar. Hopefully that light's not too... It's a Canadian Pacific. I believe this is an old Roundhouse or Athearn car, and he weathered it. I hope you guys are seeing it. He weathered it for me. He said the idea of it is it would be about 2 years old. So it's got, you see like the dust kicked up on it. I was really impressed. He put the caddies on it, or caddies on it. Really great job, and he gave it to me. Isn't that cool? And I said, man, this is perfect, because this is going to go right into service and haul grain. But it gets even better. Yes. Oh, hey, John, I just saw you on here. I believe you work or something at night, so you always, I see you on all the live streams, you watch the replays. Thanks, John, for tuning in. Anyways, here's what I really wanted to show you. He also gave me this. It's an Ontario Northland caboose. And this, he said, is basically, he explained it to me, the weathering on it. It would be about, you know, it's only been in service for a few weeks. So I don't know if you guys can pick it up, but he just did a fantastic job. Now here's where things get interesting. I'm looking at this, and I go, this is really interesting. What manufacturer is this? Where did you get this? Like, I've never seen an Ontario Northland caboose quite like this. Where did you get it? And he goes, I hand painted it. I'm like, wait, what? I hand painted it for you and I decaled it for you. I'm like, come on, you gotta be kidding me. And if you look, it's probably hard to pick up, but if you, he did an absolute fantastic job. What an absolute beaut. And what really caught my attention here, I got a little screwdriver here. What really caught my attention is what he did right here. Do you see that little arrow on the other side of the window? Like, he had to cut that decal out and get it in there. So what I said to him, I'm like, dude, this is professional. How did you get them to nestle down? Did you use a microsol or something like that? And he's like, no, I've got a homemade solution that I know, that I got taught by an old model railroader, and that's how I do it. So he makes his own decal prep and his own microsol kind of style stuff to make the decals settle down. I couldn't believe it. He just did an absolute bang up job. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate it so much, man. Absolutely blew my mind. So my plan is, I would really like to have Kevin, I asked him if he would come on the show live sometime, and we could go through his decal method, because I've never heard of this. I've never seen it done. It's an old method. Like I said, it's a homemade. He uses alcohol and Vaseline or something. I don't know. It's crazy what he does. He said he even sometimes weathers his decals before he applies them. Techniques I've never seen in my life or heard of in my life. And as you guys know, I've been around for quite a while. So anyways, John Dilly said that caboose would look good in my collection. Didn't you have an Ontario Northland engine, or is it Vinny I'm thinking of? I think Sparky bought Vinny an Ontario Northland engine. Yeah, it's a cool story. I couldn't believe it. And this is a guy, yeah, he is a serious model railroader, like me and like you guys. I had no idea. Sparky saying I can borrow it. That's funny. So, what else is going on? Okay, so let's get into the sad news first, and which turns into some good news. Us losing Tom Pilling. We're quite disappointed with this. I'm really irritated with YouTube on it. In ways I get it, but in ways I don't get it. I think in my opinion, I think what YouTube said about not streaming with, under 1,000 subscribers on a cell phone, I don't know. There's got to be something more to it, in my opinion. To me, like, if somebody could do something stupid live, well, wouldn't you want a way bigger channel to do something stupid live, right? So I don't know. We are disappointed. We're really sad about it. As you guys know, Tom is one of the founding fathers of On Track Tuesday. He came up with the logo, and he was, as you guys know, he's like a graphic designer, or was a graphic designer kind of guy and marketing guy, and he's the one that helped move everything around on the logo and got it going. So yeah, we're really gonna miss Tom. So what are we gonna do? Everybody's wondering what's gonna happen. Well, big news, we've got a replacement for Tom. And the great part about it is that this individual told us that what he would like to do is keep the seat warm for Tom if Tom ever decides to come back to On Track Tuesday. And I thought that was just so cool that he did that. He's so generous, such a cool guy. I'm gonna bring him I'm gonna announce him right here. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, our new host, fourth night on Track Tuesday, Mr. David Muse of the Crooked River and Eastern Railroad. So that's it. We're really excited about it. Really great guy. I got to get in touch with him a little more because I think he's going to be good to go for next week. But yeah, so he's stepped up to the plate. He contacted Wilmer, and then Wilmer got everything going. And yeah, we're really excited about it. And as I said, he let us know that he's going to keep the seat warm for Tom. If Tom ever decides to come back, if he wants, that will be there for him. And that brings up something that I was thinking too. I haven't told, you guys might not like what I'm about to say, but I thought of this kind of same idea too, is that if I ever, you know, run out of content or find it starting to get stale, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pass the torch along to somebody else to take over for my slot, right? And with the only condition that if I did want to come back and they were tired of it, they would give me a first crack at that slot again. I thought I was going to mention that to the guys, and it kind of shows the roving live stream idea of it, right? So it's just something to think about. Anyways, I see you on here, Tom. Thanks. And it's so funny, Tom. You're usually not on here live. You normally watch the replay, so it's good to see you. We definitely miss you. We're really sad about this, and same with Container Man. I saw Roy on there in the chat going by earlier, and it's the strangest thing. And that's kind of the big subject of my show tonight, is I just want to talk to you guys about YouTube, being model railroaders and being YouTubers. Because it's quite interesting, and my story's kind of... Oh, Wilmer's saying David Thurber. I said David Muse. David Thurber, Crooked River, and Eastern. Actually, I'm going to get that off of there right now, too. Anyways, so yeah, my story is kind of funny. How did I get into YouTube? Why am I doing this, and what's going on? So how did it start? So how it started, I was way back in the day, I was a singer-songwriter. A lot of people don't know that. I had a band. I'm also a drummer. I'm a guitarist. And I picked up audio editing to start recording my own music. That's what this microphone here is for. Wilmer thought this microphone was fake. No, it's actually a real microphone, but it's a recording studio microphone for doing music. So I was really used to audio editing. I did a lot of it, recording music. And from there, I started messing around with video. And it was just for fun, making funny videos for my family. And my best friend, when he got married, his mother approached me to do their wedding video, put it all together. So I kind of knew the basics of video editing. As you know, you guys know my model railroading story. I've done it forever. But the way YouTube came along, I originally wanted to do a blog. And as you guys know, I'm a big fan of Trevor Marshall. He has a really good blog called The Model Railway Show. And I thought that'd be really cool, because what I was finding, I was going online and trying to figure out how to do things, and there wasn't a lot of information. It wasn't coming up. So I thought it would be cool to have a blog that was more of a how-to thing. And then as I started watching YouTube more and more, we watch it on TV, through the Apple TV, and we have an Android box too that we watch it on, and that's part of the story too. I was learning a lot of stuff from YouTube, but other stuff like how to tie a tie, you know, random stuff like that. I was learning on YouTube and started coming across model railroad videos. So I thought it'd be kind of cool. How about just kind of out of nowhere, why not do a model railroad YouTube channel? Thinking this is the most original, brilliant, amazing idea in the world. Well, it wasn't original and it wasn't brilliant. There's all kinds of people on here, right? So my first video I did was a crossbuck tutorial on how to build crossbucks. And what I did, I searched crossbuck tutorial, like how-tos, all kinds of searches to see if it's already been done, because I didn't want to copy anybody else. I wanted to do something original. Sure enough, nothing comes up. So I'm like, great, I'm good to go. So I do this Osborne Kits crossbuck tutorial. Well, sure enough, later on, I go online. I want to backdate the crossbucks for the layout coming up, and I just wanted to see if they had them still and blah blah. Well, what do you know? They've got a video on how to build their crossbucks, and not only do they have a video, it's on YouTube, and it's been done like 5 years ago. Not only do they have one, they have 2 or 3 that aren't my video. So I'm like, what? I searched this, right? So I think a big problem that's happening is it's the search aspect, right? And this is a part with YouTube, because I'm finding it's very strange with the amount of people that watch YouTube. They say it's about 2 billion people a day watch YouTube. 2 billion. And I really have to admit, no model railroader has really gone viral in the sense of the term viral. The only one I can think of is Luke Towan, and Luke Towan isn't exactly a model railroad show. He has model railroad stuff on it. He started out as a model railroader, but it's more of a diorama building show. So it's kind of an interesting thing to think of. I think one of the big problems is that we're a very broad hobby. So I think the best thing about our hobby, the thing that makes our hobby the best thing in the world, is actually detrimental to our YouTube channels, because it's, in my opinion, too vast. It's the more, they always say, like I've watched some of those videos, they say how to do things and blah blah on YouTube. They say you got to be very specific topics. So I was thinking, I think all of you guys are thinking, that a model railroad / train channel's pretty specific, right? But it's really not. It's actually not. If you look at my channel and some of the other channels, they're not really specific. You know, I've got tutorials, train trips, how-tos, DCC stuff, some live train stuff, like, you know, like rail fanning stuff. So I don't know, maybe that's part of it, but it's something that I think maybe we should look at, because if we want to bring more people into the hobby, I think our channels could be a lot better. Because the bigger channels, like let's say something like Kathy Millett, big channel, but in the grand scheme of things on YouTube, not really that big. It's big, but it could be bigger. You know what I mean? So anyways, what do you guys think of that? You guys have been quiet here. Nobody's really saying anything. Nora just came in. How's it going, Nora? Hey Tom, I'm not sure about the 5th Tuesday this week. So nobody has any comments about that. Why are you guys on YouTube? What are you doing? Is it for fun? Is it to meet people? You know what I mean? So I'll get back into my story. I was doing it really just to help people. That's what I thought I was going to do, but it's not really, because it's, you know, everything's been done. So as I got into YouTube a little bit more, and as I started meeting you guys, I realized YouTube's actually more of a social media thing as well, and I didn't know that. And the reason is because like I said, I watched YouTube on Apple TV and watched it on the Android box, so you can't really comment, you can't interact. It wasn't until I started my own channel where I realized you know, have, you know, a channel and a logo and everything where you can actually go on to live chats and everything. And that's where something very interesting happened. I ended up getting a whole bunch of awesome, really cool friends. And that's you guys on here right now with me. That's what I wanted to say. So today, it's actually yesterday, Creative Rails is 1 year old, and what I got out of this was very surprising. I didn't expect this to happen. But I got a lot of really good friends, and I got to meet one of those really good friends this weekend, which was really, really, really cool. So Nora, why does everybody call you Peaches? I missed that, wherever that came from. Anyways, Nora's saying he does it to share the hobby with others, and that's awesome. And I think that nails it on the head, to share it with others. And I'm hoping to come up with some more original content. I'm trying to be original, and trying not to copy other people. Like I've got one thing that inspired this was, what if I told you that I was working on a digitally indexed, like an electronically indexed, DCC friendly, electronically controlled scratch built turntable. So yes, that's a lot to take in, but that's something that's not Arduino based, because I'm trying to stay away from Arduino, because like I said, it's been done. Like DIY does that a lot. That's his thing. To me, Arduino is just another hobby within the hobby I don't really want to get into. To me, it's a lot of work. So here we go. So Wilmer says, congratulations on 1 year. Thank you. Thanks, Tom. Okay, David said it was just a place to put my videos, but it evolved. Isn't that funny? That's, I think, kind of like Sparky's story. And here's Sparky right here. I started posting on YouTube just so I knew where to find my documented videos. I didn't even know others could see my videos till Toyman commented on one of my videos. That is so funny, isn't it? YouTube is a great way to get help and learn on how to do certain things or new things in our hobby. Absolutely. And that's what I used it for, like stuff not related to trains. And then I realized, oh my god, there's trains on here? No, I didn't even think of it. And my favorite, well, one of my favorite channels, but the biggest guy that I like to follow, Roy, is on here. N Scale, Union Pacific Subdivision. I agree, Benny. I guess it must be our niche. Really, really big channels don't seem to exist in our hobby. Yeah, and they do. Like there's big, like TSG's big, Kathy's big, but they can be so much bigger. There's. I hope that happens. I hope our hobby and our channels start getting out there and people can see what we really do, because it's so much more than playing with trains, right? All right, I started my channel February of this year. I was inspired by Ron Marsh and Steve Brown and wanted to share my model railroading journey with others. That's awesome. Cool company. Ron Marsh, he was one I saw early on too. And then Steve Brown, I started seeing Steve, he started coming on to getting into my recommended thing right around when I started, and I thought it was a really cool channel. Leisure Line, I turned my channel into model railroading after John Dilly asked me to post a vid of my first logo. It seemed a cool idea to document the progress, so there it is. Leisure, I didn't know you were friends with John Dilly. That's really cool. Thank you, Roy, for the congratulations. Oh, so... Oh, Nora. So his girlfriend called him Peaches on a live stream. Hey there, Peaches. That is awesome. I always thought I was moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Nora, you're probably too young to remember that song, aren't you? From a band called the Presidents of the United States of America. Hey, thanks, Nora, for that. Hey, there's Mark. Mark, who I always call Stu, but it's Mark. Stu Structure. Mark, I'm really excited about that. It's the freight shed you're starting to work on. That is awesome. So, Nathan's saying, the reason why I did YouTube is because it would be a cool idea, and I learned that you can make friends from faraway places, and having a YouTube channel for my own. It was an awesome idea. See, isn't that awesome? And that's exactly, yeah, what it's about. Speaking of that, friends, Steamtown. Is everybody excited for Steamtown? Sparky, you're on here. I haven't talked to you. How's it going with the dinners? Is it sold out yet, or did you come up short? I was just curious because I wanted to plug it, but I didn't get a chance. I saw John Dilly did, so that was really cool that he did that. Roy said Nora's girlfriend is cream, or is it creme? I'm not sure. So Roy said, desire to share the hobby with others brought me to YouTube. I'm the only model railroader in Panama. YouTube allows me to interact with like-minded friends electronically. Yeah, it's so cool. Remember said he just started because it thought it'd be fun. I was right when it isn't fun anymore, I will disappear. Well, I hope you don't disappear, Wilmer. But it probably won't ever not be fun, right? Peaches and cream. Oh, okay, so Sparky still needs 8 people for the dining car, so I think he can still work that out for you. So please, guys, the dining car, it's a really good cause. Jump on that. It's all kinds of people are going to be on there. Roy's going to be on there from Panama. So yeah, get on there. Nathan's going to be on there. Wilmer's going to be on there. All kinds of people. So it should be pretty cool. So Nathan said, I've been watching YouTube since I was a little kid, but I didn't know how at the time to start until 2010, and then I learned more and more because from you guys on YouTube. Nice, Nathan. Oh, you guys are funny. Bugging Peaches over there. So I do have a funny little video because this is the 1-year anniversary of Creative Rails, and it's been a crazy year. So it started out, like I said, I didn't know this happened, this whole interaction thing and getting friends on here. It's a funny story. I uploaded my first video totally, ignorant of the whole thing. I had no idea that YouTube was such a hard code to crack. So I made a little video here for you guys to watch. Now, last night, 7 people saw a quick live stream by me, and the hilarious part is 2 people liked it, which was really funny, and I immediately took it down. It was a mistake. It's part of this video that's coming up. I just thought it was funny that 7 of you guys saw it, but just it was a joke. It wasn't serious. I lost a subscriber over it. I think I did. Anyways, it's pretty funny how people can be. But yeah, YouTube's just a funny thing. So this video is just gonna kind of show you guys over the year. It's been a big year. I've climbed up and up and up. It's been a long time, but I met so many friends and there's so many people to thank. So here's the video. It's just a kind of a funny little thing to keep you guys entertained, and this kind of tells the story. Okay, so here we go. Okay, hit enter. Uploaded. Now I wait for my millions of subscribers. Hello everyone. Today we are going to be putting together these crossbucks. They are super detailed, super beautiful, and what's even better, they are super easy to put together. That's all coming up right now, all new on Creative Rails. Huh. That's weird. 0 subscribers. Wait, what? I got a subscriber. I got a subscriber. I got a subscriber. Hello? Hey, Sarah, how's it going? Oh, no way. So you saw it? Nice, thanks. Oh, that was you that subscribed? No, that's great. Thanks so much. That's awesome. Okay, see you later. Bye. Man, my only subscriber is my sister. My only subscriber is my sister.
his layout tour of his old HO switching layout. It's an awesome pictorial, terrific scenery, and great photography. And I wrote this down as I was reading it. I was pretty surprised, and this is what I wrote. I am surprised, and this guy calls himself Boxcar Benny. He only had 14 subscribers. 14? You have to see this video. His video is awesome. Well, he has 15 now. He got me. And I think we ought to show him some love and go over, check out his channel. He has a variety of stuff. I mean, not only just his layout, but he has a little bit of pictorial. He knows what he's doing. Check out his channel. I think you'll be impressed. Not Bad Benny. I'm sure we'll be seeing you on here again. Good job, brother.
My first shout out goes to a fellow Canadian, Creative Rails. Ben, also known as Boxcar Benny, has a great channel.
How's it going, guys? I realized today I've been model railroading for 23 years.
He has the 3 P's that I look for when I subscribe to a channel, and that is production value, personality, and purpose, and Ben covers all 3. So the first point I want to touch on is production value. One of his videos, he went out into the woods to gather twigs and branches, all for the sake of model railroading. What a guy. Also, his videos are well put together, he speaks very well, which goes to my second point, personality. He comments on everyone's videos, he takes part in live chats, and he's always positive. And the last P, purpose. His videos have a purpose, they have good content. The title of his channel is Creative Rails, and that's for a reason. He has really good ideas, he has creative ideas, and he shares them with his viewers, and it's just awesome. So if you haven't checked out Ben's channel yet, go over to Creative Rails and give it a look. So check him out.
Creative Rails. Can you please have him go to the same number as I said to the other YouTube channels just now? Just to make it fair, and I would like him to succeed. He's a real awesome guy. He's been on my live stream. He gave me a shout out. Here's a little clip of it just to show you how awesome and how nice he is. And I can't wait to see him at Steamtown. And it's not for copyright or something. It's for to show you how awesome he is. So here it is.
And last but not least, Nathan DeLay. Now, Nathan is he's a young guy.
I looked on his thing and I saw Creative Rails, and it was really good. So here is our good friend Ben Mooney from Canada, and the author and content maker of Creative Rails. How are you, Ben?
Good, Bill. Thanks. All right, guys, we're back. I hope you guys like that. Mark, but I like ice cream, Mark. I was watching you guys going on in there. That's pretty funny. So anyways, that's a loose story of how it happened. Wilmer found me around 14, and one of my subscribers was actually my brother-in-law, my sister's husband. It was a true story. And as soon as Wilmer did that, boom, it opened up my channel, which is great, but which is even better, that got me into Sparky's live stream and Vinny's live stream, and I ended up meeting and making a lot of friends on here. So that's the biggest part that I want to thank you all for, and thank you, Wilmer, for that. Now I feel really bad because there's a lot of people I didn't mention. It was really hard to go through on that video to find, you know, channel logos and videos, and there's a few. Roy Smith, I wanted to give a huge thank you to you. I didn't put you on there, and I felt really bad for that. And another one was Nancy Jones, did a nice shout out to me as well, which was really cool. So there's a lot of other people too, so if I missed you on there, I apologize. But yeah, but the people I put on there were really early on, that got me going and kind of introduced me to everybody. So I'll be forever grateful for that, and I really appreciate it. So here's the part where I was having trouble with the show. So as you guys know, because Wilmer did that, like I said, I know it bugs Wilmer, and I keep putting him on the spot. But like I said, if it wasn't for Wilmer, none of this would happen. On Track Tuesday wouldn't have happened. Creative Rails probably wouldn't have kept going. I probably would have given up because I just didn't get it or understand. So really, I owe everything to Wilmer. So if you guys remember, I was building Wilmer, or not building, I was fixing his steam engine for him, put in a new motor, the motors went to crap, and blah, blah, blah. It's a really long story. So Wilmer, the last time I blew up the motor, I said, you know what, Wilmer, I've actually got a Pacific. So Wilmer had a Mikado, but I had a Pacific that was basically the same color. I said, you know what, I'll fix that up and I'll send that to you. It's still got the motor. I should have just left it as it was, or I should have just swapped those motors out instead of using those new ones. Well, then something happened with Wilmer that I found out about. I think it was on one of his shows, he said. So what I'm gonna do, this is the problem I've been having problems with. So if you see my hand come in here, don't worry, it'll be better. But this is what I've been working on for Wilmer. So I hope you guys can see that. And I'm going to turn on the other mic. I hope you guys can kind of hear anyways. I hope you guys can hear that. This here, ladies and gentlemen, so this is this track right at this spot. There. This track right at that spot is the bad spot, and for whatever reason I've been running this forever and it's been going great. But anyways, I think I'm gonna have to put in a keep alive for you, Wilmer. But what I've done here is I've given you a DCC sound decoder. It's hand wired and installed. You've got new LED headlight, new LED backup light, and then the other thing I wanted to show you, I'll show you right here. If you hit function 24, you've got your firebox light that goes, and that's a flicker bulb that I put in there that runs with that. So yeah, pretty cool. I wanted to talk with you guys about it right now. What this is, it's a Soundtrack's economy steam. So I was gonna get Wilmer the Tsunami 2, but at the if I should have ordered one and got it shipped, but I was running out of time. So there was one at the train store, but they're asking crazy amounts of money for them. So I looked at the economy, and I've done quite a few of the first generation Tsunamis, and the economy is really very similar to the first generation Tsunami. When I looked at it, it's got working brakes that squeal, like you hit the brakes and it will come to a stop. It's got hey Chris, how's it going? Govia. It's got yeah, it's got working brakes that will slow down and squeak. It's got momentum, it's got lighting effects, and so originally when the Tsunamis originally came out, you had to decide if you wanted a light, medium, heavy, and you'd have to buy a separate decoder. This one has them all in it. So it's got 3 chuffs, it's got all kinds of different compressor sounds on it. It's really cool. I'm really excited with it, so I'm actually going to put these into mine too. Now the other big surprise with it, because I'm an old school model railroad, I used to put in some pretty big MRC speakers that were already pre-built. They're about that size, and they sounded really good, but they didn't have any. And they're like, well, how about you try this new ESU Sugar Cube speaker? I'm like, no friggin' way am I putting that in any locomotive that I'm working on. There's no way. And he's like, dude, you have no idea. Like, things have changed. I'm like, I don't care that they changed. I've heard it all before, blah, blah. No way. Well, you know what? That speaker, that Sugar Cube ESU speaker, absolutely insane. I was wrong. Dead wrong. So the only thing is, when I programmed this locomotive, I had the tender shell off. So when I put the tender shell off, it's muffled it a bit. So I still got to do a little bit of work on it, Wilmer. So I got to bring up the noise. But I really had to, that little tiny speaker, like it's literally, it's like ½ an inch big all around. The thing, it is so powerful. I had to turn it way, 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 way down. So that's for you, Wilmer. That's going to work on your new NCE system. So when you get your DCC going, you are ready to go, my friend. You've got a steam engine. That's pretty cool. And it's got the faster engine, so it doesn't have the whine that I was telling you about. And something that I was worried about is that it wouldn't crawl, but she crawls. Now it might stop here because I'm gonna have to put a keep alive in it. Could be the rail too, that cheap track that's there, but you'll see how slow she'll crawl. And it's got all kinds of things like what the WOW sound decoders do. I hope you guys can hear it. So yeah, we'll let her go. Then I'm just going to mute that with F8. Function 8. Okay, we're back. So I hope you like it, Wilmer. You know, I should have turned the music off for that so you guys could have heard it better. But anyways, so the carver wants to see progress on the layout. Well, you know what, carver, there's been a lot of progress, but not really a lot of progress on the layout itself. We're actually just working on filming the first progress update video. So I've got the thumbnail made and everything, and I've done a lot of work. So the first video is going to be the construction of the train room. So it's showing, you know, how I framed it, how I bored it, how I wired it and everything. That's all there. So it's really coming along. I got the plumbing all roughed in and ready. So the cabinets are going in for the bar area. But the actual layout part, I told you guys April. That could still happen, that I'll get a bit of bench work and track work done. We're running out of time here. But the really cool thing is on this weekend, when you saw that video of me going to visit Sparky, I did end up picking up a truck. I got a new truck, so I'll be able to get plywood really easy. So it's just going to be running out and getting plywood. So basically, first things first, what I'm doing next is I'm getting the valance put in. And the reason for that is I want to get the valance in before I tape, because right in that part of the train room, there's a gas line, and I've got some plumbing supply lines that are really close to the drywall. So I don't want to nick those with any screws, so I'm going to get the valance in first. You'll see that. So not a whole lot to see, but it's pretty well good to go here. I'm hoping maybe not next month, but probably for sure the month after we'll actually be out of this room with the live stream and down in the train room. So Sparky, a really good question that was brought to my attention by Sparky, I just saw in here, was why am I doing the west side of the harbor in Owen Sound and not the east side? So why am I doing the CNR side and not the CPR side? The main reason is because I'm a big CNR fan. That really goes back to when I first saw that olive green and gold paint scheme. I just instantly fell in love with it. I kind of grew up with CP. CP was my first love. Just following them, like I said, where my dad worked, I watched CP there, and then I got into, as I started liking the older stuff, I got into the maroon and gray paint scheme. But then when I found that green and gold paint scheme, I just fell in love with it. That's why I like Nathan. Nathan just came on here. That's why I love his logo. It kind of reminds me of that. But the other reason is I haven't seen the CNR side done. I haven't really seen it done well either. And I'm not saying I'm going to do it well, but I'm going to try my best to do it well and give it justice. But the east side was done by a museum in Owen Sound, and they did a crazy job. Now theirs was really backdated. I think theirs was the 20s, but man, they nailed it right on the head. So it's just, and it's a famous thing too, that layout in the museum. So that's a big part of why I'm doing the west side. Another big part, there's just sentimental value to it. My grandfather, his ship docked right there. We would always drive by that train station to visit my grandma Mooney. So yeah, it just has, there's a lot of reasons why I'm doing it, but that's the main part. And I'm modeling a teeny bit of the CP side, just the other side of, because the harbor turns into a river, so it's just going to be kind of the other side of the river. You'll see a little bit of the CP side just to get that interchange in there, but it's mostly CN. So Wilmer, you like that? So I got off track here. So Wilmer, what I'm doing here, there's a few more things I have to do with that engine. The bell broke off, it came like that. I got to get you put a bell on there for you, and a couple little things. Then I got to paint the wires and stuff, and put the coal on the tender, and just keep testing and stuff, make sure it's good. But I'm going to give that to you, Wilmer, at Steamtown. That's the plan. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to bring that down there with me and give it to you. So I'm really excited to meet you, and really excited to give you your engine back. All right, Canadian Railroader 11 asked, are you going to get a ship for the layout for your grandfather? Yes, I got plans to build it. I'm thinking I'm going to do the Norgoma, is what I'm planning. The only thing I have to do is just scale it down a bit. I spent a lot of time trying to find, how to build them and stuff, but Vinny will like this. I'm gonna do it out of styrene. Hey Joe G, welcome. It's good to see you on here. So Container Man is saying, to all some bad news, I'll need to pull all of that insulation out that I just put up. Found some rock wool insulation that'll go up instead, fire and waterproof. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, Roy. It's crazy that I felt so bad when I saw that. I did comment to you on one of the live streams that I'm glad it wasn't as bad as what was initially expected. But man, it's never good news. That's never a good thing. It's really terrible. So, anyways, I'm just glad everybody's okay. Here you go, Wilmer saying, another great reason to be at Steamtown. So Roy, your layout is on hold, or are you asking me about my layout being on hold? So Nathan, I'm just kind of scrolling up, just going to the chat. And you know what? I'm going to put on the chat, just change it up a bit here too. And I was trying to change. There we go. I just wanted to change the music up for you. So Nathan said, what is the first plan for the layout? So the first plan, Nathan, in the corner, if you remember the drawing, this desk that I'm at right now, it's kind of an L-shaped. The first thing I'm going to do is Tara, which is a town close to where I grew up. So that's the first thing I got to do, because I want to have my monitors and everything there for two reasons. A lot of the layout's controlled by computer, and I also want to have the fast clock on there, but I also want to live stream from there with you guys. So that part, I got to make sure that it's just above the computer screens and everything, and that's going to dictate everything else. So that's the first thing I have to do. That level, that's the most important, crucial level. It's going to be about 44 inches, I believe, high. Then from there, I'll be going into the helix and up from there. So that first shelf will be up very quick, because it's literally just a shelf, and I've already got the track and switches, and I'm going to do a mail call and shout outs video very soon to show you guys. Everything's ready to go. I've got the panels ready to put together and everything. I got the toggle switches, so a big box of tortoise switch machines, which is pretty exciting. So it should go pretty quick. Oh, yours is, yeah, of course, Roy, would be on hold. You got to get that all figured out. But you're kind of at the same stage as me, you know, you're under construction, and, you know, and that's a big part too, is the taping. As soon as I get that done, because of the sanding and the dust from the sanding, I got to be really careful. I don't want my locomotives and stuff out when that's happening. What's the wheel configuration on the Steam loco? Nora is asking me. It's a 282 Mikado. 282 Mikado. And so what I was saying, I had and that's a Mahano, which is, they're actually good engines. You see them still going, and I like to super detail them. That's what I always did, but I'll leave that to Wilmer. He can do that. They're a good starting point to super detail, because they run pretty great. This one didn't run because it was dropped on the floor. Whoever sold this to Wilmer, they dropped it on the floor. It cracked the frame, which caused some of the rods to bind, and it burnt out the motor. The motor was completely fried when I opened it up, so I had to replace the motor. And with the motor, the gearbox comes right on it. So it's a pretty cool little system. I'm doing the same thing with my steam locomotive, so you're gonna see that coming up. So what I was saying about the 462, the Pacific, I had a Pacific that was the same. It was actually a Santa Fe, but the paint was very similar, so I was going to use his tender with my Pacific and give that to him. But then when I found out that he got a DCC, I'm like, oh no, now I got a plan. And so I went with hardwiring a decoder for him. And what a time it was, man. I'm such an idiot. I've been out of it for so long. I bought a decoder, but it turned out it was a plug decoder, and I thought it would come with a wiring harness, and it didn't. So what I did, went back, got another wiring harness. On that wiring harness, I needed another one. So I was so annoyed. So what I did, I took the wiring harness that went into this pin, took it off, and I hardwired each wire to each pin on it. But it worked, and I got it to work. So it's plugged in, it's working great. I'm really impressed with the economy steam. I wasn't too sure about them, but when I saw the package and read what it did, the only thing it's missing, which Tsunami had, but most people don't use it anyways, is the reverb. And it's missing, I think that was it, actually. Just the reverb, because it has the EQ too. So you can go in and change the EQs just like on the Tsunami too. So it's a pretty good deal. I'm really impressed with it. Do they have the Royal Pacific Sparky? There's 4 Canadian steamers at Steamtown. I know they for sure have that big Mikado that I want to see, the heavyweight. Well, good, Wilmer. I hope you like it. And like I said, you know the journey I've had with this engine. It's been a royal pain. If something happens with it, Wilmer, at least you got a good decoder with it. You could just take the decoder out and put it in something else. But for now, it's been running pretty good. I'm happy with it. Hey, War Bonnet, how's it going? Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it. So anyways, guys, we're getting close here. It's about 7:56 on my time. If you guys want to go ahead, promote your channels. Let me know if there's anything you want to promote, anything like that. We're going to wind it down. This went by really fast. I thought it would. There was a lot of stuff to pack in here, so I hope I didn't bore you guys. Let's just... There we go. Oh, sorry, I just lost my chat real quick there. So anyways, yeah, you guys were talking about the steamers at Steamtown. I know they have a Canadian, I'm pretty sure they have a Canadian Pacific one there. I can't remember what it is, but I know they have that Mikado. And even if we can't get in the cab, Sparky, it doesn't matter. I just want to see it because that could be an engine I'm pretty sure that Mel's grandfather fired. So it'd be pretty cool to get to see that. Nathan... I don't think it's Steamtown, but I do know south of Steamtown at Strasbourg, they do have the Mogul that I model. And if you know that brass engine that I always put in my thumbnail, well, the thumbnail on this live stream, that brass loco, that engine is in Strasbourg. So I was thinking if we do this next year at Steamtown, I'd like to go down to Strasbourg and check that out. Maybe we'll do it this time if we have time, but we'll see. Put on well, you better not put it on a shelf, Sparky. He's supposed to run it. Happy channel anniversary, Benny. Thanks, Tony. It's good to see you on here, buddy. Thank you so much. And I'm excited to meet you too, Tony, at Steamtown. It's going to be awesome. Oh, Dave, you put out a new video after 2 weeks. And that's a good subject too. Like originally, you know, I was watching things, you know, you got to upload once a week and or at least once a week, and I was doing it. I just decided, you know what, guys, it's not to me, it just wasn't worth it. I got what I want now, and that's you guys. I got, you know, my friends, and that's really all I care about. Like, I want to keep making good videos and having fun with it, but I have fun with video editing. I'm learning how to video edit and get better and better at it. It's fun. And so, like I said, what I have right now, I'm really, really beyond thrilled. Well, you saw the video. There's a little truth to that. It was really tough at the start. I was really going to give up. This isn't for me. I'm going to get out of this. And then Wilmer showed up, and then the rest of you showed up. So it's really awesome. So Mark's at 333. And Mark, another thing I wanted to say how great of a job you did on YouTube Model Builders. That was a really good show. A lot of people tuned in for that and really love that. You're obviously a well-respected modeler in the community and definitely worth it. And thanks for the happy anniversary. That's really cool. Okay, so haven't been paying attention. Nora's at 643. Joe G said happy anniversary. Thanks, Joe. War Bonnet's at 158. Container Man is at 860. He needs 140. So you can live stream while he's driving. Container Man, I've been watching your videos lately too. There's something about them. You could just kind of sit there forever and you had one going down a mountain and it was snowing a little bit. Man, I just watched it and watched it and watched it. They're really entertaining. So I'm going to have to watch more of your channel and go back in it and watch more of it. All right, and I keep Taya died. I'm sorry, guys. Valley Railroad and Coal Company. I'll figure it out. I already screwed up Dave's channel earlier, so yeah. Anyways, he's at 83, 17 away from 100, and the giveaway. He's doing a giveaway for 100, so that's good. We're getting some contests going again. Nathan said that there's one in Reading. The locomotive I was talking about in Northern Colors. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. I was wondering if you could get a picture of that, Nathan. That'd be really neat to see that. I wonder if it's an Alco. Wilmer's at 390. Thanks, Wilmer, for the happy anniversary. Train Guy 56 is at 119. And he's doing, he has a vid of his latest scratch build. It came out just yesterday. Dave Atkins is at 404. Nice, Dave. That's awesome. Kenward Griffin Jr. says hi. Hello, Kenward. Nora's doing a live stream on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, so that'll be before Vinny. So that'll be cool if you guys get a chance to check out Nora's doing one. Leisure Line Railroad 170. Tony is at 309 contest next Tuesday. That's awesome. So Tony, so good. We're getting some contests out. That's awesome. Redbird Tony is going to be talking about a contest, it looks like. Nathan Delays at 425. That's awesome. Sparky saying, I still think there should have been cake. Thanks, Sparky. That was my daughter's ice cream. I thought none of you guys chirped me for. And another funny thing I thought you guys would chirp me for was the butterflies, and everybody seemed to like it. So, you know what? I'll tell you a funny butterfly story later on because we're running out of time here. Tom is at 312. Tony is next week. Okay, so Wilmer's saying Tony's going on next week. Okay. And Container Man saying that was last Thursday. Okay, so it wasn't. I thought it was an older video, so that's good. Thanks, Chasco. It's good you have the AK Chasco on there because I keep forgetting that that's you. And Chasco's at 153. Well, thanks, Dave. All right, guys. I'm gonna shut this down in a second here. We got the one in reading is a 460 IIRC. So it is a Mogo. I'm just not sure IIRC what builder that is. Lone Wolf is at 243. Well, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I think our next show that I'm going to do is going to be on the paperwork, the homemade paperwork way bills and orders and stuff that I've made up. We're going to go through that. So Wilmer let me know on here that next week it's actually going to be Tony, Redbird Tony, so be sure to tune in to him for On Track Tuesday with Tony. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great evening. Thank you so much for a great year. I really appreciate it, you guys. Take care. We'll see you later.